Let's be totally honest about how most of us are using AI right now. For a lot of us, it's just a chaotic mess, right? You copy some text, paste it into a chat window, wait around for an answer, and then manually paste it back into your actual work. Instead of actually saving time, we've basically just given ourselves a new, tedious part-time job. But what if we completely flip that dynamic? Today, we're diving into this explainer to build the ultimate self-improving AI ecosystem. We're talking about moving way beyond those simple, manual prompts. We're going to construct a unified brain for your entire workflow, an agentic operating system that drastically cuts your costs and permanently wins back your time.
So we really need to challenge the way you currently work with AI, because if you're still sitting there waiting for a chatbot to generate an answer just so you can manually move a project to the next step, you are completely missing out on an automated superpower. Just think about the reality of your day. It's probably filled with highly repetitive, heavy-lifting tasks that just drain your energy, like formatting data, drafting standard emails, or cross-referencing documents. Well, true automation means you stop doing that heavy lifting yourself. It means building invisible systems that work tirelessly in the background, executing multi-step processes while you focus purely on the high-level strategy and creative direction.
To get there, here's our system builder blueprint for today's explainer. We'll start with the AI Agent Core, move right into the Ultimate AI Workspace, and then deploy the multi-brain triad strategy. From there, we'll build your content operating system, explore mastering agentic goals, and finally bring it all together into the Agentic Operating System.
Okay, let's jump right into part 1, the AI Agent Core, building the foundation.
Before we automate a single thing, we have to clear up the absolute biggest misconception in the AI space, and that is the difference between the intelligence and the environment. Think of it like a car race. The AI model, whether that's Claude, DeepSeek, or ChatGPT, well, that's your driver. The workspace, like Codex, your computer's terminal, or Claude Code, that's the race car itself. You have to separate the two in your mind. You can swap out the driver depending on the track or the weather conditions, but the car is where the actual rubber meets the road and the real work happens. If you put an amazing driver in a broken car, you are not going to win. We need to build the right vehicle first.
When we strip away all the complex jargon, an AI agent really only has 4 functional parts. And honestly, understanding just these 4 puts you further ahead than 99% of people trying to use this tech. First up, you have memory. This is how the agent holds on to its standing facts, like remembering your brand guidelines or a specific coding syntax you gave it last Tuesday so you never have to repeat yourself. Second, you have the loop. Think of this as the heartbeat. It lets the AI take an action, evaluate the result, and literally prompt itself again without waiting for you to click next. Third, we have tools. These are the literal connections to your real-world apps, giving the agent the ability to read Slack, update a Notion database, or draft a response in Gmail. And finally, there's context. These are the overarching rules and specific guardrails you set for whatever project it's currently tackling.
Moving on to part 2, the Ultimate AI Workspace, setting the environment. Now let's see what happens when you put those foundational pieces into a proper environment. Imagine you're knee-deep in a complex task, like, say, cross-referencing a massive PDF report with a dense financial spreadsheet. Normally, you'd have to explain every single detail of what you're looking at to an AI just to get started. But tools like Chronicle change the game entirely. Chronicle builds what we call screen intelligence. It gives your AI continuous visual context by taking secure screenshots of your active tasks across different apps. It can literally see both your PDF and your spreadsheet at the exact same time, instantly understanding your workflow without you having to type out a single explanatory prompt. And don't worry about privacy. Everything runs on a strict 6-hour auto-deleting cycle.
Another huge feature of this ultimate workspace is the ability to steer. Let's say your AI agent is running a long background task, maybe writing a massive 5-part newsletter sequence. Halfway through, you realize, I want to inject a new thought, or you just want to completely change the tone. In the past, you'd have to hit stop, lose all that progress, and basically start over from scratch. Steering solves this completely. It lets you give mid-course corrections without ever breaking the AI's workflow. You literally just submit your new adjustments on the fly, and the system dynamically integrates your guidance into the very next thing it generates.
That brings us to part 3, the multi-brain triad strategy, deploying the workers.
So now that our environment is locked in, we need to hire our digital employees. And just like a real company, you wouldn't assign every single job to the exact same person, right? We're going to build a corporate team by assigning different AI models to specific roles based on what they're naturally best at. First, we use a highly nuanced, intelligent model like Claude Opus 4.7 as the planner. Claude is incredible at understanding complex context, so it decomposes the brief and maps out the workflow. Next, we hand the actual labor over to the worker, using a model like DeepSeek v4. DeepSeek is phenomenal at coding logic and grinding through massive, repetitive tasks efficiently. Finally, we tag in a completely different flavor of intelligence, like ChatGPT 5.5, to act as the critic. ChatGPT is incredibly strict with formatting and logic, making it perfect to brutally review and critique the output before it ever even reaches your desk.
And the reason we structure it this way isn't just for quality. The financial leverage here is absolutely staggering. Take DeepSeek v4 acting as our worker. By using it for the heavy lifting instead of a premium model, you achieve 95% of the performance, but the cost drops from $75 down to just 87 cents per million tokens. I really want you to let that sink in. You can run massive, complex data analysis tasks overnight, tasks that would normally cost a premium or take a human team days to complete, and wake up to realize it cost you less than a cup of coffee. This radically shifts the economics of business automation forever.
Next up, Part 4, Your Content Operating System, the Output Engine.
Think about the compounding interest of your own time. Usually when you finish a project, that time is spent and it's gone forever. But with this output engine in place, you are completely changing that equation. When you get your agent to perfectly design a landing page, scrape a lead list, or generate a complex video sequence, you don't just say thanks and close the window. You instruct the AI to save that exact workflow as a repeatable, callable skill. You build it once, you turn it into a skill, and you reuse it forever. Every single time you do this, you permanently win back hours for the rest of your career. You're effectively replacing an entire development or content team with a library of automated skills that work exactly the way you want them to every single time.
Which perfectly leads into Part 5, Mastering Agentic Goals, long-term automation.
To really scale this up, we have to move beyond quick 5-minute tasks and start designing long-term goals that survive across multiple weeks. To do this without the whole thing breaking down, you use the BLAST framework. This is essentially a universal instruction manual for multi-step projects. Let's say you're building an automated lead generation campaign. First, the blueprint. You define the exact vision and logic of the campaign. Next, links. You connect the required APIs, like a web scraper to find the leads and your email provider to contact them. Third, architecture. You tell the AI exactly how precise or creative it's allowed to be. Fourth, style. You dictate the exact tone of the emails. And finally, trigger. You define exactly what sets this whole machine into motion. By walking through these 5 simple pieces, you eliminate the guesswork entirely.
But here is the real secret sauce to making these massive multi-week automations actually work in reality: human-in-the-loop validation, or what we call real-world handshakes. If your agent is running a 4-week sprint to get, say, 500 course signups, it can comfortably build the website, write the email copy, and scrape the leads completely on its own. But eventually, there's a task only you can do. So the system is designed to pause, send you a notification, and literally tag you in to do that real-world handshake, like actually turning on your camera and recording a 3-minute promotional Loom video. Once you upload it, the AI takes the baton right back and continues pushing the campaign live. It's a true partnership.
And finally, Part 6, the Agentic Operating System, the Command Center. This brings us to the absolute climax of our blueprint today. We are pulling all your tools, your saved skills, and your different AI models into one unified dashboard. And the crown jewel of this command center is a feature called Dreaming. I want you to imagine having a tireless chief operating officer who literally lives inside your computer. This meta skill runs 24/7 in the background, analyzing how you work, constantly finding ways to make you faster and richer while you aren't even looking. You could wake up on a Thursday morning and find that your system realized you ran the same manual competitive analysis 4 times this week and has proactively built and suggested a new one-click skill to handle it for you forever.
Now, to make sure you have complete visibility over this digital COO, your operating system is built on 4 critical dimensions. First, conversation analysis, which constantly reviews your daily intent to flag any tedious tasks you're still doing manually. Next is cost intelligence, which actively monitors your token usage to automatically route simpler tasks to cheaper models, instantly saving you cash. Then we have skill performance, which tracks which of your custom automations are actually being used and which ones are getting outdated. And finally, business context, which ties everything back to the bottom line by tracking your exact return on investment, showing you the precise dollar amount of time you have saved using your automated systems.
This really captures the core of everything we've talked about in this explainer today. The true power of an agentic system is the fundamental transition from AI being a reactive tool that you have to constantly manage and prompt into a proactive employee that manages your digital life for you. It's all about setting up a system that grinds away at the heavy lifting, visualizes your return on investment, and scales your business effortlessly while you sleep.
So, take a really hard look at your own workflow today. The tools to build this are already here. The computing costs are literally plunging by the month, and you now have the exact blueprint to make it happen. If your AI isn't working while you're sleeping, are you truly using AI, or is it just using up your time? It is time to stop chatting and start building.